Hi, I'm Kayla Gillan, and I lead PwC's Investor Resource Institute. With me today is Peter Harries. Peter is a principal in our advisory practice, and he regularly advises corporate boards on a broad range of information technology issues, including emerging technology risks. Thank you, Peter, for being here today.
Thanks, Kayla.
Peter, investors rely on the directors whom they elect and on the executives whom the directors hire to understand and manage the risks that a company faces in the cybersecurity area. Can you talk to me a little bit about how boards are engaged in understanding and managing cyber risk?
Super. Yeah, absolutely, Kayla. Boards play a critical role in terms of really understanding how an organization organizes and manages their cybersecurity risk. And what that gets back to is really the board asking a series of tough questions in terms of to understand how management has really kind of gotten at those particular risks within the business. They might inquire around the budget that's in place for cybersecurity. They might inquire around what are the processes that we have to monitor security, the strategy itself, the leadership that's in place. So all very much lines of questioning that we see boards becoming more confident really engaging in today. Another common area is just to understand when material incidents have happened for an organization, what's been the nature of those incidents, and what are the steps that management's really taken to address that and shore up the defenses of the business.
From a governance perspective, is there one particular committee that these issues are usually handled by?
There's no one size fits all, but typically we see an audit committee, tasked with that responsibility, or a compliance committee of the board. There are also, select organizations that have formed the technology committee of the board that might, address that as part of their charter.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that I know boards have to deal with is the issue of disclosure. And obviously, investors need to know about risk that could materially affect the value of the company. And then boards also have to balance that with not providing these cyber terrorists or actors, threat actors, with a roadmap effectively for how to do harm to the company. From an investor point of view, what kinds of things do you think it would be wise for investors to inform themselves about in this area?
It's a great question, and you're absolutely right about striking that balance. It's a very difficult equation, for companies to meet. But there are sources of information, that investors can kind of go to. As I think off the top of my head, some things that I might advise an investor on are, number one, to really understand the nature of the industry and the company and the inherent risks that they face based on some of the profiles of these external threats that are out there, such as the hacktivist groups, the nation states, or organized crime. So that certainly is one step that an investor could take. The second is the SEC came out with guidance in 2011 with regards to disclosures associated with cybercrime and cybersecurity. And so, studying that and understanding, what are the risks that an organization have faced? Have they actually had breaches of their information systems? And what are the costs associated with that would be another avenue that I think one could go down. And then finally, I would take a look at some of the committee charters, to understand, with regards to that organization, is someone tasked with the examination or the responsibility of oversight for privacy and security, and what's the nature of that, and how is that really embedded into the committee charter? Might provide some additional perspective to the investor with regards to the company's responsibilities in that area.
Thanks a lot, Peter.
Good, thanks, Kayla.